YouTube, what's happening? It is Saturday, May 17th, and we're going to talk about baseball first today. You can see we have a handful of games today. It looks like it's just your typical 15 games. Everyone's playing. We're going to break these games down, look for some value, the usual stuff we do. Let's recap yesterday right quick. You can see how it went. The day started off great, went 5-1, over, Gore, over, all hit beautifully. McGill was doing great. He had 4Ks all of a sudden, couldn't find strike zone. So had 4 walks and got pulled. And then the nightcap showed up and just said, you thought you were having a good day. Let's just fix that real quick. So we ended up going 5-6 on the day. Thanks, nightcap. Texas lost, over didn't hit. San Diego lost, over didn't hit. Webb only had like 4, couple strikeouts. It was a Dodgers lost out there. It was a weird night overall. The first part of the day was good. Nighttime's good. The late night was rough. So yeah, it happens. What can you do? So if you want the plays typed out or you want access to yield spreadsheets so you can do your own research, all you gotta do is check out the HQ. Simple as that. So enough wasting time. We have 15 games. Let's just go and jump to the first one right now. All right, before we jump to the first game, let's roll through the weather report real quick. Roto Grinders has this website. You can see all this. It's a pretty cool site. So we have it set up. We got the New York series. We got wind blowing out to left at 10. Slight rain, nothing, no issue. So Chicago out to right at 20 miles an hour. We took the over in this yesterday because it was a gale warning. The wind's crazy. It's again still crazy. So what's our total today? Now it's 10. So we'll see. We probably will take it over again. Toronto's a dome. Baltimore's out at 12, no issues there, so maybe some higher runs there. Miami is a dome. Philly out at 12 as well. Cincy out at 11. It's just a windy day all around. Texas, no issues. KC, nothing. Milwaukee, dome. Boston, maybe some rain in the middle of the game. That's not good. So we might not take starters there because there might be a delay halfway through, and all of a sudden your starter gets delayed. They're done. So Arizona dome. San Diego out at 9. Slight rain. San Fran straight out at 23 miles an hour. That is crazy start of the game, and then it drops down throughout the day. And Dodgers straight out at 8. Okay, we got a lot of potential overs, so let's go ahead and now we can officially jump to the next game. All right, first game on the slate is going to be Mets and Yankees. We currently see it's Yankees 125 with a 9.5 total. Let's look over at the actual spreadsheet and see the numbers. Yankees bats are kicking ass. They're doing pretty good. Mets are just average currently. You can see how they've been doing recently. Only thing standing out is the Yankees do strike out a ton, but that's just what they do. There's nothing new there. So, yeah, so the Yankees they have a lean with the bats. Definitely. Let's look over who's pitching today. Today is going to be Clark Schmidt and Griffin Canning, who has gone over 4.5 strikeouts 5 out of 5 times. We got fooled by that yesterday. We'll see if we get fooled again. So let's go ahead and open that one up and take a look at it a little closer. Anything else? Griff Canning, under might be a play too. Over 2.5 earned runs. He has not gone over. Look at that. Look, his strikeouts have been good. 2025. We can see he's averaging 5.25 strikeouts against a team like the Yankees, who are averaging 9 in the last 10 games on average, and his total's 4.5. Or we can just go with his earned runs, which you can see he has been absolutely cooking here recently. I mean, that is okay. It was the Cubs, Arizona, Washington, Philly, and St. Louis. Those aren't bad bats. Those are pretty decent teams. So yeah, Toronto, Houston, the A's got them, but the A's bats are hot too. So it's like, interesting. So, let's see if he's up for the pressure of the moment. Let's see. Schmidt versus Mets history. There's everybody there. Only one stand out is Lindor with a home run. Righties for the Mets this season. You can see their numbers. The Yankees versus righties this season. There's their numbers. Canning versus the Yanks history. Judge has a home run, 5 at bats, and Goldie has 1, but nobody else has really done 4 for 5. But yeah, nothing else out there really. So 2.5 though. Oh, minus 155. Are they expecting this dude to get blown up? That seems high. That juice is telling something right there. That's saying like, okay, this dude hasn't given up more than. I wonder. Makes you say, Let's go look at the bats. Let's go take a peek at those real quick. We have the bats. Bellinger, Vientos, Nimmo are the main 3. Then we got Judge to get a run at 260. Why is this on my list? Terrible odds. Goldie again. We just see Goldie had a home run already off the guys, so that is something we could potentially look at. It's this versus this. And it's like, what do we do here? It's like they kind of cancel each other out. I know the juice is leaning this dude to get blown up, but I mean, I can't play that. And I don't want to play the over when I got to do this actually dealing out here. So I'm not taking a strikeout prop. All right, the smart thing to do here is just leave this damn game alone. Next. All right, game 2 is going to be the Chicago series. Is going to be White Sox Cubs. And remember, we saw that wind. That wind is something wild. Like I see the Yankees won, but the Cubs won 20. We're talking 20. It was 20 yesterday, or it was like 16 or whatever it was. It's still, they ended up with 16 runs. It was 13-3 final. So let's see what happens today. Today's total is 10, with Chicago Cubs being 275 on the money line. Let's look over at the sheet and we can see what we have here. Cubs off numbers look a lot better after one game because that's just how the rolling average works in the last 10. White Sox, not so much. On base percentage is the worst in the majors. So let's look it over and let's pop to outliers so we can see who's pitching today. That is schedule. I want props. Thank you. And then we swap over to the Cubs and Sox. And we got Matt Boyd over 4.5 hits allowed. His hits in 5 out of 5 games. Sean Burke walks his hit in 5 out of 5 games. Sean Burke under 3.5 runs in 4 out of 5 games. So he's been doing decently. So, all right, let's just open a couple of these up. Boyd hits allowed. Okay, Boyd's been getting roughed up a little bit, which is a little concerning. You can see last one of these games was against the White Sox, wasn't it? Was this? No. This was head to head. This was last season, September. You can see he gave up 6 hits. How many earned runs he gave up? Just 1 earned run. But 2025, we can see earned runs. He's averaging 1.75. So that's not bad. 2 threes, a bunch of 2s and some 1s. That ain't bad at all. I mean, I would take that all day. Let's look over at Burke and look at his earned runs. Look at this stuff. Yeah, he's been pretty good too. Damn. Okay, so we have 2 bad offenses. They're bad offense. I don't care how many runs they put up yesterday. This is still bad. These are bad averages in the last 10. Yeah, the runs are decent, but those are still bad. We have 2 bad offenses versus 2 pitchers ain't giving up nothing. The only thing we have is the wind. And I can see a lot of people trying to bet the over today because of what happened yesterday. I don't know. These pitchers look pretty good. I might have to leave it alone. We'll see. Let's look a little closer. Boyd versus the Sox history. Anything stand out? Nope. Sox versus lefties. I don't see nothing standing out. 407 is nice. Cubs versus righties. Nothing too impressive. And against Burke history, nothing. So who do we fade? Do we fade anything? There's nothing standing out saying you got to take it because of this. That's what we do. We look for advantages around here. And so far, that's not an advantage. These are disadvantages, if anything. So I'm going to pass on this one and move on to the next game. All right, so far there's 2 games with no value for anything standing out. So let's go to game 3, which is Detroit and Toronto. And let's see what we got cooking here. Looks like we got Detroit 130 as the away team. 8.5 is our total. Let's look over here at the actual spreadsheet. So we can take a pop over and look at this. There you go. Both teams, bats are doing great. Offenses are on fire. Their scored runs, they're averaging 12.5 runs combined them in the last 10 games, which you want to see if you want to look for an over. Let's look over at the pitchers. We got Reese Olson strikeouts has been doing pretty good. Both teams middle of the road on strikeouts, so maybe not taking this. What's your earned runs looking like? 40%, not bad. Who is going out there? Who are you facing? That's another question. Let's see. This is Detroit. It's Toronto. The game is in literally a few hours, and they still have no damn clue. Let me hit a refresh just to be sure, and just nothing. It says undecided. Yeah, look it up. Nothing. That is pathetic. So, all right. So we don't know what's happening in this one. If you're new here, when we have games like this, we see if we can take something against Reese Olson. But if we don't know the other side, we can't take anything because why are we just going to guess? We don't do that around here. We take advantages, and that's not an advantage. That is just laziness on Toronto's part, which tells me it's probably going to be like a bullpen or a minor leaguer. Usually is what happens. So yeah, both offenses doing good. If that's the case, Detroit's going to get to face somebody. So let's see how good Reese is doing. Is Reese doing decent enough? We could take Detroit and fade Toronto because Toronto's going to throw out somebody who, yeah, it might not go well. The line says Detroit 130 also. We can work with that. So let's go over here and pop this open and take a look, shall we? Earned runs, 2.5. You have, in 2025, you've gone 4-2-4-0-0-3-0-3. That is all over the damn place, aren't you? That's crazy. All right. Toronto's offense is doing good too. And they're at home. Man, I hate to do this, but I'm not. No. We take value here. There's no value. We're passing again. I know. Next. All right, we're 0 for 3. Let's see if we can go 0 for 4. Maybe find something. 4 times the charm, right? Of course. We have Washington, Baltimore. Probably not this one. Baltimore 154. Over under of 10. What is the weather looking like in this game? How was this supposed to be crazy or something here? Let's see. Out at 12. Okay, that could be something. And then we got some potential overs down here too. So this is out at 10 right there with no real issues. It's gonna be hot too. 88 and 12. Yeah, that's good stuff. Let's look at the spreadsheet. Take a look. Yeah, not below, both below average is the best with the 3 and 7, 2 and 8. These teams are garbage right now. That's what they are. They're just not good. 15 and 28 for Baltimore. What are you doing? Man, that ain't good. Let's go to props. Let's see. We need to kick the pitching over to this game, and it's going to look like this. Gibson walks over 1.5. Washington is 16th in walks at 3.1 in the last 10, so we're not going to take that. Gibson earned runs 2.5 at 100%. Because Kyle Gibson is not that good, apparently. Yeah, Kyle Gibson has played 3 games. He's given up 9, 3, and 5 earned runs. Those aren't hits. Those are earned runs. And then you have his hits here, which is 11, 5, and 7. His walks, none. He ain't walking nobody. I bet he wish he would because, man, he's giving up runs. So Washington's 23rd in runs. The wind's blowing up. What's the 10 is our total? Oh, can we work with this? We got Jake Irvin going out there. Outs is pretty good. Let's see, Gibson, Jake Irvin, 3.5 earned runs is plus 120, and it's only 20%. Yeah, Jake Irvin's not that bad. Come on now. Washington is actually better overall. You see the record and everything? Yeah. Like, Jake Irvin's been pitching way better here recently. He's given up 2.67 on the season, 2.8 last 5, but that 6 is doing a lot of heavy lifting. And Gibson is 5.67. Oh man. And you can see the numbers here. These are the same, but then you can see 19.27, 15.28, 3 and 7, 2. Yeah, Washington's technically the better team right now, not by much, but they're doing a little bit better. So, and we are fading Kyle Gibson until he shows us he can pitch a game without giving up 3 earned runs. So, what is Washington's team total? That might be a fun one to look at. Washington team total. How do I get to that? Team props. Washington runs over 7. Don't think so. Over 3.5. Nope. Over 4.5 is 105. So they need 5 runs in a total of 10 on the game. I can see that happen. I can see them getting that because Kyle Gibson ain't that good. So we're going to take that. Yeah. Actually, let me check everything else first. Let me do my due diligence here. Let's do the matchups. Gibson versus Washington. Yeah, there we go. Backs it up. 500, 364 for Abrams, 250, 400, 500 with 2 home runs at 8 at bats, 600, 750. It all makes sense. Against righties, not the best. Baltimore versus righties, not the best. Against Irvin, you can see how he has done. No home runs. Yeah, I'm gonna say this Washington team total. I could take Washington money line too, but why? Washington get me 5 runs. You should be able to score runs off of Gibson. That's my thinking. Maybe. Hell, he might only give up 3 and they might win like 3-0. Ooh, decisions now. Ooh, what are we gonna do? Game lines come back over here. I can get Washington plus 1.5 for $1.45. That's where I'm going. Sign me up for that one. So we're gonna go WSH plus 1.5 next. All right, moving on, Tampa and Miami. And we currently see it's Tampa 150 with an 8 total. Let's look at the sheet and we see a bunch of mid. They're both 4 and 6. They're about the same. There's nothing standing out. I thought these series are going to be good, but no, these series are just a bunch of teams that are matching up too good. That's not good for us. So nothing good here. Let's look at the pitchers, who we got going out there. In this one, I wish it was Kyle Gibson. Nope, it is Drew Rasmussen versus Sandy. Oh God, Sandy. Sandy earned runs is 5 for 5 in the last 5 games. Rasmussen earned runs is this. What is the weather? It's Miami. Can't worry about the weather. What is the total? 8. We got 2 pitchers that both given up earned runs a lot here recently. You're averaging 4.13 this season. Last 5, you're averaging 5. Drew is averaging 1.5 on the season. Last 2.8 last 5. I don't know about you, but 2.8 plus 5 in my calculator says 7.8. And 7.8 rounded up comes out to 8. So just from the starters, we're already looking at the 8 runs. Simple math, right? Cool. Let's look at the histories. Not that much there. Against righties, you can see they do well against righties. That's what you want to see. And against righties for Miami, yes, good stuff. And against Rasmussen, nothing there. So we got 2 teams that are great against righties. I say great. They prefer righties, put it that way. Yeah, we're going over 8 in this one. Simple as that. Next. All right, moving on. Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Currently, it is 280 Philadelphia with an 8.5 total. Look at the sheets. We see that makes sense because Pittsburgh is just not good. Philly is way better with the bats, has a big advantage for them. They did win yesterday too, so that makes sense. Philly run line today, maybe. Let's see who's actually throwing the ball. Pitchers matter. So let's look. Pop this over to the Pittsburgh Philly game, and we have Wheeler going out there against Carmen Molzinski. I think that's how you say it. Whatever. Earned runs is him is 3.5. That's a great thing to see, but he's only gone over 1 out of 5 times. But the fact he's gone over that's pretty good too. So Wheeler earned runs over 1.5, 4 out of 5. Oh, I'm a little concerned now. And the wind's blowing out at 12. So, ooh. Also, we need to look at strikeouts. Pittsburgh is 22nd in strikeouts, and we got Wheeler who likes to strike people out. So let's see what he's been up to on the strikeout front. To 2025, he's averaging 8.2 per outing, and then we go last 5, he's averaging 9.2. So he's been cooking 13, 9, 7, 9, 8. None of these are Pittsburgh. No, they're not. So Pittsburgh's averaging 9.1 in the last 10, so we could just take this and hope he just has himself a day with the strikeouts and don't even care about nothing else, because that's a good matchup. Yeah, their bottom 8 strikeouts. He's doing great. We could take this. Let's look at the histories a little bit. Wheeler versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pham has a home run. Frazier has a home run and a whole lot of nothing with some nice high strikeout totals. That's what you want to see. So yeah, I think we're good there. Righties, you can see how they do historically. Same with Philly, and then Philly versus Carmen. That's some good numbers. So yeah, I'll take the Wheeler strikeout prop. We'll rock with that. So Wheeler over 7.5 Ks. I can see, hell, he could probably even get to 8 or 9, maybe even 10. So just get him, as long as he gets to 8, we're good. That's all we need. Next. All right, moving on, Cleveland and Cincy. And currently we got Cleveland 125 at a 9.5 total. Let's look over at the sheet, and we can see a lot of mid. There's a lot of mustard. That ain't good. We need a little bit more ketchup and relish out there. That's too much. So 5 and 5, 4 and 6, nothing stands out that so far. What's the weather in this one looking like? It's looking like out at 11 straight out. Well, not straight out, but out to left center. So that might matter. We'll see. Let's look at this. Boop, boop, and then we pop it up, and all we have Slade for strikeouts. We have no other info. What the hell? All right, why? What's happening? Slade versus Brent Suter. Who the hell is you? That name sounds familiar. You've pitched before, yeah, right? Yes, you pitched a bunch. That's why I was like, why do you not have props? You're not new. Let's look. Let's see. This season, you've pitched 14. It's a bullpen game. Okay, you pitched 14 games. You have a whopping 21 innings in 4. So you pitch about an inning, a little over, maybe sometimes 2. So they are throwing out bullpen stuff most likely, and then you are returning from the 15-day list. Let's look at your stats. We can see, well, a whole lot of nothing really. So have you not pitched this season? That must not be. Yep. Okay, cool. So nothing new. All right. So this game, we have a what the hell's happening with the pitchers. We have obviously a nothing burger here. So this is a pass. Let's move on. Next. All right, moving on. We got Houston and Texas. Currently, we have it. Texas slight favorite. 8 is our total spreadsheet. Everything is leaning Houston. We took Texas yesterday mainly because the pitching matchup, and then Houston said it doesn't matter, or winning. Their bats still did their bat things because they're still doing great. Texas is forgetting how to hit the ball. So yeah, we're not doing that. We're not falling for that again. Pitching today, we got Blanco, who is very wild with the walks apparently, but everything else is neutral. And then we got Molly, or Matt, however you say his name. He has not gone over 2.5 earned runs in the last 5 or even 9 out of 10 games. Dude has been automatic. So let's see what happens in this one. Yeah, you can see dude's been crushing. 2025, he's averaging 0.89. That's disgusting. That's good stuff. And we gotta look at Blanco, look at his little bit. What you got for us, buddy? Earned runs for you. I want 2025. Yeah, you can see he's been kind of okay. So Texas clearly has a pitching advantage. Houston clearly has a batting advantage. I clearly have no clue. So let's look. You versus Houston history. Not much data. There is a home run for McCormick out here, but nothing else. Against righties, you can see how they've done this season. Against the righties, you can see how they have done this season. And then against Blanco, yeah. If anything, again, I'm leaning Texas with the pitchers, but I can't do it again. Not 2 days in a row. You're not going to fool me twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, can't get fooled again. So, yeah, we're going to pass. We're going to be smart. Smart pass next. All right, moving on. St. Louis and Kansas City. This one hit the over yesterday. It was nice. Let's see what we got today. 120 for KC with a 8.5 total. Let's look over at the sheet. We can see the numbers. Offense is doing great for St. Louis, above average for KC is what you want to see. Weather, how's the weather doing this one? Let's look. This one is blowing in, so no wind issues in this one. Pitching, we have Mikolas going up against a ghost. Who's pitching for what? Why are we getting struggles to get pitchers listed today? What are we doing? Today is Seth Lugo. Why does Lugo have no props? The books, what are you doing? Is Lugo just not pitching anymore and ESPN's behind? Somebody's not doing their job. So let's look at Mikolas, because I'm not taking any of his props, but I will show the history. So whoa. Okay, someone's fired, because that is what ESPN says. And I refreshed it. You saw me do it. I come over here and I see some lovely bloke by the name of Noah Cameron going out there for KC. See, somebody don't know what they're doing. Somebody getting fired. I don't know who it is, but they need to be fired real quick. So Noah Cameron is going out there. He's a lefty apparently, and that's how St. Louis is doing lefty. So not only do we not know who is pitching for KC, nobody knows. Hell, KC don't even know who's pitching, because let's go swap it around. KC versus righties, and then KC versus Mikolas, and they have, damn, India has 3 home runs and 22 at bats with a 364 average. Not bad at all. That could be a play. Garcia, Perez. Oh, Bobby's over 6. Bobby, what are you doing, good sir? So I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like this shenanigans, this tomfoolery that's happening with the pitching. We're gonna pass on this bad boy and move on to another game. Ooh, this is a rough day for plays, isn't it? Trying to find something good. Now we move on to Atlanta and Boston. Maybe there's something good here. We have Boston 115 with a 9.5. Let's look at the sheet, see what we got. And currently we have the same. They're copying each other. That's just what? This is a rough day. Okay, let's see if there's a pitching matchup that stands out maybe. It's Grant Holmes Day. Come on. Eastbound and Down's going out there. Outs is pretty decent. He pitched a great game last game, so I don't really want to fade him. And then Lucas Giolito's going out there. Okay, let's see how he does. Let's look at his numbers. Earned runs, 2025. He's pitched in 3 games, 3, 6, and 1. Yeah, okay. Let's look at the matchups. Look at the history. Giolito versus the Braves. You can see all the data. Bolson has 3 home runs and 7 at bats with a 714 average. Yeah, let me just go over here to the bats, and let's just straight up go find him. Olson, huh? Is that who we need to find? That's right. Let me get rid of this one. Boop, boop. Matt Olson. Are you? Damn, ain't nobody. There he is. He's right there, but it's not lining up nicely. This is a gamble if I do it too. And I can't. Oh, it's such a gamble, but damn, it's such a nice history. I might risk it because we have so few plays already, but oh, buddy. Yeah, he does well against this dude. 714, 778, 5 hits, 3 homers, 5 ribbies. He only strikes out once. I'm rolling it. I'm rolling the dice. We're going for it. If you don't love it, hey, that's fine. I'm taking it. We're going based on those 3 home run performances, 7 at bats. Yeah, give me that. We'll take that next. All right, moving on. We got Minnesota and Milwaukee, and currently we have Minnesota slightly favored, 7.5. Minnesota's still on that winning streak too, so they have been doing well. I think they're on 12 now. I need to update this so it actually counts past 10. I don't know why I stopped it at 10. What was I thinking? So, yeah, especially in baseball when you consistently get teams going over 10 streaks, wins and losses. So Milwaukee is just, what is Milwaukee doing? Oh my God, that is not good. So, all right, lean to Minnesota, clearly. Minnesota with the streak, Minnesota with the offense, Milwaukee with the bad offense. That's 3 for Minnesota. Let's see who's pitching today in this game. Currently, it's going to be, I come down to the Brewers. It looks like it's going to be Pablo Lopez versus Tobias Myers. Myers has not gone over earned runs. He has been pitching amazing, hasn't he? My God. You're facing Minnesota. What's Pablo? What's your earned runs looking like? 1.5 over? Let's look at both of them. But so far, we lean Minnesota. It ain't a strong lean by any chance, but hey, look at Myers. That's good. That's some good stuff. That's what you want to see if you're a Milwaukee fan, or Milwaukee's better. The Pablo earned runs, what the hell? Not something nice. 1.71 average is actually I'm live. It's pretty nice. You take out this 4 here, and he's 210-221. You are, what is that? Go away. Tobias, you're averaging 1.7 last 5, 1.4. You're both good pitchers. What are we doing? What's the total in this one? 7.5. I could almost go under. Almost. Hell, I could go Nerfy. That's what I could do. I haven't had a good Nerfy in a while. Let's look at the stats. That's not bad. That's what, over 8. Good stuff against righties. And these numbers aren't that strong. We pop it to Milwaukee. Let's see righties. Those numbers aren't strong either. How about against Lopez? Hoskins has 429 and 14 with 2 home runs. Hoskins, are you on this list over here, buddy? Let's take a look. Hoskins, are you popping up? Yes, you're popping up for hits just to get a single solitary hit, but nothing else is popping up, which is a little concerning. So I think I'm gonna go Nerfy. I'm just something. Yeah, you're so bad, and you're going up against two. Yeah, both pitchers are not giving up many earned runs. So for this one, this is Minnesota Milwaukee. We're gonna go Nerfy in this one. No runs, first inning. Start the inning 0-0 on the second inning. We'll take that next. All right, moving on from here, we have Colorado, Arizona. Arizona won 8-0 yesterday, ruined our over. I thought they Colorado at least get 1 or 2 runs. Nope, they didn't. So now we have 325 with a 9 total. Let's look over at the spreadsheet. 325. It was 450 at one point yesterday. So Arizona's clearly better. They're the superior team with the stats, with the bats. And we come over, look at the props, and we can see, let's get rid of these two dudes. Let's swap this down for some Diamondbacks, and then boom, Zach Gallen's going out there against, it's Marquez Day. Uh-oh. You know what we're doing here. We're going to be fading Marquez, however you say his name. We're going to look at both, because Arizona's bats are playing so good right now. Our only thing we're looking at, I don't care about Gallen. We're looking straight at what we're fading. So either we're fading he pitched great against San Diego. I give him that. The bullpen did it in. So let's see. 2025, you're averaging 6.25 hits. Last 5, you're averaging 6.8. You were good against San Diego. I give you that. But Arizona might be a little different, buddy. 2025, you're averaging 4.25, but you did have a good game. So you're at 5.2 earned runs. What's our line? 3.5? That's high. Or I can just take 6 hits. Ooh. Arizona is 6th in the league at 9.4 hits per game currently. That might be the move. 2025, 2024. Yeah, 6 hits for your average. Hell, that would be well below what you've been averaging. Okay, let's go earn runs. We're going earn runs. So RQUEZ over 3.5 earned runs seems like a lot. But hey, if Arizona wants to pop off like that, pop off. They're 10th in runs at 5. They're 6th in hits. So there you go. I'm going to tell you that, and then we're going to move on to the next one. All right, moving on. Seattle and San Diego is up next. And we got 184 San Diego with an 8.5. Let's look at our sheet. We're leaning San Diego already. They're at home. They're better bats. Seattle did win yesterday. They did. So they got, what, a 5-0, 5-1, something like that. They won by a good bit. So it happens occasionally. So whatever. Let's look at the pitchers today. Emerson Hancock's going out there with 3.5 strikeouts against San Diego. You lost your damn mind. We don't take strikeouts against San Diego. Not a chance. So 3.5, no. Hancock walks. Potentially. We potentially could do that. Pavetta's pitching. What's Pavetta been up to? Outs. Pavetta does not good. Just remember, note to self, when Pavetta faces Coors Field, don't take him. If Pavetta goes to any altitude, probably want to fade him, because he got absolutely rocked. He got bent over a barrel and showed in the 50 states yesterday. It wasn't yesterday. Last time he faced 6 earned runs, it was just not pretty. And that's his 3rd trip there. In all 3, he's given up 6, and 10 earned runs. So note to self, keep fading. Outside of that, dude's been good. Dude's been almost lights out. 1-8-8. Last 5, 2-4. Still with a 6 in there. Still 2-4. Still good. So I would say Emerson earned runs. Let's look at you real quick. Let's take a peek, because if they're about the same, I'll still take a San Diego money line. You get 7 earned runs in the Yanks. Man, oh man, you're averaging 3.67, which is way worse. Last 5, you're averaging 3.2. Yeah, you're worse than Pavetta, even though Pavetta got rocked by the Rockies of all teams. Let's look at the matchups. Pavetta versus Seattle. Nothing. Well, Randy has 2 home runs at a 391 and 23 at bats. Not bad. 375 with a home run for Tellez. 400 for 2 home runs and 10 at bats for Polanco. Well, okay, I'm just Cal 403 home runs. Okay, hold up now. Hold up. We got a damn home run derby happening from the Seattle team. I might not be taking Seattle money line. Hold up. Righties, you can see how they've been. San Diego, and then San Diego versus Emerson. Over. 2 for 3. Well, that just changed my thinking. So Pavetta got rocked, and he has a history of giving a bunch of home runs up to Seattle. So, oh man, the smart thing is to leave this alone. But what's his earned runs looking at? 2.5. No. You could potentially come down here and grab one of the props for somebody like Cal. Cal's got 3 home runs and 10 at bats. You could take him. Hell, why not? I might just take him anyways. Hell, what's the line? Seattle plus 1.5 is minus 125. You know what? Over's 8.5. So we have a pitcher in Seattle who has like a 3. He's giving up almost 4 runs on average every time he goes out there. We have a pitcher in San Diego who just got absolutely shelled by Colorado of all teams. So, and then he has a history of giving up bombs to half the Seattle team. So that makes me inclined to take the over right there. Yeah. And then Seattle's bats are actually doing well, as you see. And Seattle is they won yesterday because they had some offense. So yeah, let's go over 8.5. That feels a lot better. So let's go over 8.5 and let's move on to that next game. All right, moving on, A's and Giants. Currently, it's 130 San Fran with an 8 total. Looking over at the sheet, and we can see both teams really good with the bats. San Fran is good. A's are above average. Both this is where you want to be. Nothing's truly standing out except San Fran strikes out a little bit too much, but that's fine. Whatever. Pitchers. Let's see who we got today. In this one, we have. Swap this to the right game, and we are looking at it's Roop Day. Landon Roop is getting faded. That's all we take. When Landon Roop pitches, we take his over hits. It's just certain. When Senzatelia pitches for Colorado, we take his over earned runs or his hits. Hell, we take both usually. Roop has just been a cash cow when it comes to cashing his hits. Look at that. We've taken most of these this season. If you've been here, you know we've taken most of these. Now he barely gets there, but. Yeah, I mean, come on. He gives them up. So, and if you're playing any type of decent offense, which the A's are almost in the good range, they're averaging out nicely. They're 10th in hits at 9.2. That's what you want to see when an over 4.5 line hits you. So let's look at the histories. Landon, nothing. Righties, you can see how they've done this season. The A's have San Fran versus righties. There you go. And against Luis Severino, not bad. Look at that 0-0. Man, you could almost take the A's on the money line. That's pretty nice. Let's see. 116 money line for the A's. I could take Roop over hits. I'm still going to take Roop over hits. We will always take that. So until he shows me he cannot give up at 5 hits. Over 4.5 hits allowed. We shall take that. I would also, if you're looking for, if you don't like a prop, I would go the A's money line. That would be the second choice. But we're taking this until the wheels fall off. So we're taking that next. Okay. Lastly, Angels Doyers. Doyers lost yesterday to the Angels. A lot of people were all over that and said, "Ooh, I had the over," and it was 6-2. So I would still take that same play again because the wind and everything was just perfect. And when I'm talking wind, I forgot all about this. Hold up. I just literally forgot about the wind in the San Francisco A's game. And this total is only 8. I'm already taking Roop over. We're going for a second play in the A's game randomly all of a sudden. We're going to take the over of 8 just because of the wind and the fact that Landon Roop is pitching and he's not that good. So we're going to take over 8 as well. So right there, we added it because of the wind. Doyers, Angels, I might add that as well. We'll see. Let's break this one down first. Still number 1, even though they had an off day where they only got 2 runs. They're still number 1 in most categories. Angels doing a little bit better. Look at them try. A little try hard as you. I see you. Let's look over at the actual props. Who is pitching in this game? It's going to be, is it Yamamoto? Nope. Oh, it's Clayton Kershaw. I forgot about that. Kershaw is coming back in his first game. And hell, when was the last time Kershaw pitched? 20. He hasn't pitched this season. His last game was August 30th. So Clayton Kershaw's on the bump. Man, so I thought he might have retired. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. So, and all we have are strikeouts for him. So 5, 6, 1, 6. Ooh, 0 against Arizona. Interesting. Let's look at Mr. Anderson. Now, the funny thing is, Angels are the worst strikeout team in the league. That's fun. You're going up against Kershaw, where the only thing you can bet is strikeouts, and it's only 3.5. So we got to think it's his first game of the season. It's his first game in literally 9 months. How many innings do you really think he's going to pitch? 3, maybe 2 and a third. Like, can he strike out 4 dudes on the worst strikeout team? I'm willing to find out. I'm willing to find out. I've had so few plays so far. I'm a little antsy. I'm like, is Kershaw going to look like Kershaw? Or the Angels going to look silly? They might. We're going to go with it. We're going to go Kershaw over, and that felt weird to type. Kershaw over 3.5 Ks. That feels wrong. It feels like I mistyped something. 3.5 strikeouts. I'm going to take the over strikeouts. Let's look at this history too. Let's look at the history he has. Kershaw versus the Angels. No home runs, no RBIs. 30, 40, 30, 30. Yeah, good stuff. Against lefties, you can see how they've done this season. Not good unless your name is or yeah, one of the top two. See, Doyas, that's what they've done this season. And then against Mr. Anderson, you can see what they've done overall. So Otani is a home run and 7 at bats. Otani's on a tear right now, too. Wow. Muncy has 2, you can see. So Doyers are sitting at 240 on the money line. That's too pricey for me. I can't do that. But I can take Kershaw strikeouts. I can still take the over if I want to, but I think I'm gonna leave it alone. Who knows? This man might come out and pitch 5 scoreless. He might come out and give up 6 runs in the first inning. Who knows on your first start with somebody who's been out for 9 months? But I'm gonna pay to see if I can get 4 strikeouts. I'll go for that. And we're going to end it right there because why the hell not? So back to the schedule. Tomorrow, it'd be Sunday. So we have these games for Sunday. I'll be back tomorrow. Drop a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you're playing. Go check out the HQ if you want the plays typed out in a nice list, or if you just want access to the spreadsheet so you can do your own research. Other than that, I appreciate you being here, helping the channel grow. We're almost 20K. And I will see you tomorrow on Sunday for some more MLB. Peace.